Who's checking in on you, coach? Yeah, who checking in on you? I know as a coach, we're taught that, hey, you the leader of the team. You're supposed to do everything. You're supposed to check in on everybody. And you're constantly doing it from the players to the actual coaches you have on the team. It's going to make sure your kids' grades, especially you coaches that are actually at the school teaching, you checking in on everybody. But who's checking in on you? And I just want to talk a little bit right there to just start getting you guys just to think about that. Like checking in on you is so important, if not as important as we checking in on these athletes as well. And it's something that I just wanted to bring notice and clarity to that, coach, you are worthy, you are important, and people need to check on you too. Like it starts with you. Because when you're in a better mindset, when you are a better leader, you're able to lead better. So who's checking in on you? And first, I want to start with the coaches. I want to start with you. You got to be willing to check in on yourself too. You got to be willing to set boundaries and say no. I know I had a former coach that was on there. Shout out to her. You're going to have to catch it out on the past couple of episodes. I don't want to spoil it, but she talked about how doing actually, I think it was the Elite Eight that she was in, and she had been in and out the emergency room and in and out the hospital. But at the end of the day, people were still expecting her to show up because she is the coach. Okay, I get it. You the coach, you the head. But also we got to make sure we're looking at people mentally, physical. Like we got to check in on people. We got to say, are you okay, coach? We got to make sure that they're doing well because they're still human. And I really wanted to bring this up because after hearing this young lady, this coach story about how she was leaving the emergency room, going to the games, coming back home, coming home sick, that shouldn't be so. Yeah, you signed up for a job. Okay, y'all can say that. That's cute. But at the end of the day, again, you are human, coach. Is at a point you got to slow down and make sure that you're still here for your family too. Because like I said on previous episode, at point of time, that ball gonna stop. Coaching is gonna stop. But we want you here to be able to at least lead these people, lead these young ladies in the right way. And leading them is showing them that you have to set boundaries. And you have to sit down sometimes and say, okay, I gotta work on me. I gotta make sure my self-care okay. And guess what? That is okay. The greatest thing about being a coach is being self-aware of who you are and self-aware of where you at the time and place your feet is planted. And if where you're at and your feet is planted and you're not feeling well, take some time back. That's why you build your ground of a great coaching environment of people that you can rely on even when you're not there. You don't have to be there every time. I know it's gonna hit some spots from some people. If you that coach that feel like you need to be there every time and every second, it's time for you to look for a different environment, or it's time for you to look for some more coaches. Because you can't do life alone. You can't do coaching alone. You gotta have some extra crews with you that can fill that void when you got too much on your back. Coaching is not an easy job. You going from the players' attitudes and emotions, even the coaches' attitude, emotions, and things that they want to implement. And Lord behold, the parents, they can drive anybody crazy. So I guess I ask again, who's checking in on coach? Who's making sure coach all right? Who's calling coach and say, coach, did you get enough rest this week? Coach, did you get enough rest this night? Coach, are you okay? Coach, are you feeling all right? Here's to the coaches from the administrators and not saying, coach, how your mental? Coach, I thank you. Coach, I thank you for the work that you're doing. Because everybody's not able to do this work. Everybody's not as passionate about kids as they say they're passionate about kids. Everybody's not passionate about seeing kids get to that next level. But they can't get to the next level, coach, if you're not well, if you're not okay. So I'm here asking, are you okay, coach? How are you feeling? And if you're not feeling well, it's okay. It's okay to just say, I need a day. It's okay to say, you know what, we're not having practice. Because the one thing about us as coaches, we ask our players to make sure they are disciplined. We ask our players to make sure they're talking up. We're asking our players to lead, but are we leading ourselves? Are we leading ourselves? Because that sports is going to come back around. That season is going to come back around. But if you're not well, are you going to be able to come back around? Because guess what? Regardless, They're going to replace you. If you're there or not there. Can we just be honest? So I at least let it be that you're there and you're doing well. And just because of you're doing well, and maybe they don't see your greatness, they say, okay, we're on to the next. I'd rather that than for them to replace you because you're at a position and you're doing something that is not great because you're not well, because you're not taking care of you, because you're not feeling well. So you're not able to coach well. You're not able to make the right decisions. You're not able to actually show up as your 100%. But let's get back to checking on you, coach. That doesn't mean every day in every game you got to show up 100% because I understand sometimes if you came there with 80% and you gave your 80%, you gave your 100%. Let's get that right. But it's about when you show up and you show up in that environment well. Because you're checking in on you, you're making sure you're getting the things that you need to be that great leader. So I want us to start as coaches checking in on ourselves, being able to say, no, I don't feel okay today. No, I'm sick today. No, I'm not just going to show up to the practice just because I need to be there or I need to be seen. No, you sick, you don't feel well, stay at home. No, your baby don't feel well, your baby feeling bad, or maybe your partner, your significant other, show up for them while you're showing up for everybody else. Just because it's at a season and just because you're getting $1 doesn't mean you shouldn't be showing up and checking on you and yours. That's a no. We got to do better with that. Because I always say, especially as female coaches, we are training, showing, and leading young leaders on how to show up for themselves. We can't tell them, I need you to show up for every game. I need you to be there at every game. I need you to be there on defense. But you're not defending your health. You're not showing up for your health. So I'm checking in on you. I'm checking in on you, and I'm going to continue to check in on you to make sure you're doing well for you so you can lead the ones God has sent you to lead. And I know some of it may be touchy for some people because it's some of you guys now knowing that you've been showing up and you're showing up today at practice and you're not feeling well. And you said, Coach, I just have to be here. No, you don't just have to be there. Because I'm sure your team were better like 100% feeling well, coach, or 80% feeling well, coach, than a 30% coach, and you just there because of that said to be there for a check. I know it's repetitious. I know it's ongoing, but we got to sometimes repeat this stuff so we can understand that our worth is more important than that job that we're doing. Because once you know your worth, you're able to build something that is greater than you because you understand your worth. So, coach, who checking in on you? I'll leave you with that. And I'll leave you with, don't just talk about the change you want to see in your players and the discipline you want them to have if you're not willing to do the same thing in you for your health, for your emotion, and for the woman you want to be and the woman you want to see them be.